Hello and welcome, I'm Ankit Tuteja and you are watching Tech It Out. This week our focus is on smart guns. We tell you how many companies are using cutting-edge technologies to make guns safer, to prevent unintentional shooting and to reduce firearm dangers. We show you how Russia is upgrading its drones with weapons. And we bring you some tech mysteries that you may not have heard before. Let's get started. The world of technology is advancing faster than ever. Devices are becoming more high-tech. Weapons are getting smart upgrades, be it drones or tanks. And now it's the guns that are getting a tech makeover. We get you more details in this report.
This is not an ordinary gun. It's a high-tech firearm that comes with biometric features, ensuring that only authorized users can fire it. It has been designed by US-based BioFire Tech. You can either use a fingerprint reader or facial recognition to unlock the gun.
There's two kind of key biometrics that we've incorporated in the firearm. There's a fingerprint sensor, which you can see kind of right here on the side, that basically sits underneath the middle finger of your kind of primary hand. As anybody that's used a smartphone knows, there are limitations to fingerprint sensors, right? If you get your hands sufficiently wet or dirty, you're wearing gloves, the fingerprint sensor is going to be less functional than we would like. It's not going to see the reliability that we'd like. And so in addition to fingerprints, we've also incorporated a state-of-the-art 3D facial recognition system into the firearm. So it kind of sits back here underneath this black glass. And that functions just like a facial recognition system in any sort of modern smartphone.
So one may not have to worry about unauthorized access and accidental discharges, or stolen guns falling into the wrong hands. And it comes at a time when gun violence across the United States is a major concern.
The key thing is, not only is it always locked, but it's also instantly accessible. And so what that means is as soon as the user starts to interact with the firearm, it immediately wakes up, recognizes their biometrics using our Guardian biometric system, and then stays unlocked for as long as they're holding on to it.
It looks promising, right? But there are concerns around it. People fear that smart guns could be hacked. But the company thinks that's unlikely, as these guns offer a completely closed system, which means the system has no Wi-Fi, GPS or network connectivity of any kind. The standard model is priced at $1,499. Interestingly, the first consumer-ready versions of the 9mm handgun could be shipped to customers as soon as the fourth quarter of this year. BioFire Tech is just one company working on smart guns. Two other American companies, Lodestar Works and Free State Firearms, are also attempting to get a smart gun into the market. The guns may have become smarter now, but the idea to have them has been around for over a decade. The concept can be traced back to 2006, when the first smart gun patent was filed by a German company called Armatix. The gun, called IP-1, used a watch-like device to activate a radio signal that would unlock the firearm's trigger. But it faced a significant backlash from gun rights groups and firearm enthusiasts. They believed that the technology was unreliable and potentially dangerous. But with the advancements in technology, smart guns are getting better. And now this new-age firearm from BioFire Tech could become the first commercially available smart gun in the United States since the Armatix briefly went on sale in 2014. But we have a question. Are smart guns actually as effective and safe as they appear to be? It seems not everyone is sold on the idea of smart guns. Some gun owners are concerned that the biometric technology could make their firearms less reliable. For example, a smart gun that fails to recognize its owner's fingerprints or face could prevent them from defending themselves in life-threatening situations. Others say smart guns could be susceptible to government tracking or jamming. In a gun culture built largely on the need for self-defense at a moment's notice, many gun enthusiasts have become skeptical of the smart gun technology. Clearly, the debate around smart guns is likely to continue for years to come. Companies need to make smart guns foolproof and fully effective.
On Take It Out, we keep showing how countries around the world are improving their drone technologies to take on rivals. Today, our focus is on Russia. Watch this story and see what Moscow is up to.
The Russia-Ukraine war doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. Both the sides continue to use high-tech ways to track and target the enemy. This is the latest from Russia. According to media reports, the Russian Federation is all set to deploy more lethal drones in Ukraine. These drones would be able to carry a variety of weapons, such as 82 and 120 mm mortar mines, and Fab 100 bombs. Fab is a term used by Russia for an air-dropped bomb with a high explosive warhead. In this case, these heavy attack drones could be capable of carrying 100 kilograms of Fab 100 bombs. It's believed that the country is considering the possible deployment of the Russian Sirius drone, which is developed by a St. Petersburg-based group. The Sirius is a heavy drone that weighs around 2,500 kilograms. It can reportedly carry 450 kilograms of weapons. The unmanned aerial vehicle can fly for 20 hours at an altitude of 23,000 feet. While it is primarily an attack drone, the Sirius can also be used to patrol designated areas. Equipped with a synthetic aperture radar, the Sirius can be used to map the terrain for cruise missile routing and mortar engagements. Tested airspace, the Sirius drone may not be an easy target. Why? Because the drone is built like a conventional aircraft. It features a thin, elongated fuselage. Also, it has straight wings and a V-tail. According to various Russian sources, the drone is likely to be operationally deployed in the near future.
Our next story is about online dating. We are going to share some hacks that can help you improve your dating game. Here is more.
We are aware of what online dating is, and we know what its challenges could be. Some people find it difficult to find the right match. Some feel uncomfortable in striking a conversation with a potential date. For different people, struggles could be different. Enter automated dating. A new trend that aims to change the way we create romantic connections online. And now comes the obvious question, what is automated dating? Let's understand it in a simple way. AI is trying to transform how you find love online. In times when the world is becoming automated, dating apps still require some sort of manual work, be it swiping, messaging, or responding on dating apps. And therefore, many tech firms are designing AI tools that can assist you in the space of romance. It's basically like having a digital wingman. Dating app Riz is one such example. It can help you generate personalized responses with the screenshots of your dating chats or a user bio. Upload a screenshot, it generates witty replies for you. If you want, you can even ask AI to generate funny or poetic replies as well. The app is designed to help you keep the conversation going, whether you're trying to make a great first impression, impress your date, or simply want to have a fun chat. Your Move and Keys AI are other such tools. They can also help you come up with killer opening lines and responses to potential matches. Basically, these new AI dating tools aim to simplify modern dating. Interestingly, some users have even reported that they feel like they're talking to a real person, when actually it's AI they are chatting with. Artificial intelligence may be coming in handy for singles, but critics of the technology argue that AI is taking spontaneity and authenticity out of dating. What do you think?
Remember when Fred, Daphne, Velma and Shaggy would solve mysteries with Scooby-Doo's help? Well, uncovering mysteries wasn't too difficult for the Scooby Gang. But sadly in real life, certain mysteries remain unsolved. Here are a few that involve technology. Some of them may not sound logical. After all, mysteries are not always based on facts, but they definitely promise some thrill and fun.
You may have heard of time traveler. Basically, someone who can move between different times in the past or the future. From what we have seen in fantasy movies, time machines help people do that. Interestingly, these futuristic machines are still a part of fiction. We doubt if they would ever become a reality. But surprisingly, 20 years ago, a person claimed to be a time traveler. He identified himself as John Titor. Titor said he had returned from the year 2036 and that he was a survivor of a civil war and nuclear attack. He didn't stop there. According to him, he had been sent back in time to retrieve an IBM 5100, a computer that was released in 1975, and it was required to solve a future crisis. He was on his way back to 1975 and decided to stop by in the year 2000. Titor made several predictions about the future and lit up the internet with his statements. He even claimed that alternative realities exist. And then, one fine day, he disappeared. Obsessives launched Titor sites. There are now Titor books, fan clubs, merchandise. A 2009 investigation concluded that Titor was likely the creation of Larry Haber, a Florida entertainment lawyer. He allegedly did this along with his brother, John Rick Haber, who was a computer scientist.
The most compelling question of all is not whether Titor existed. It's why a story so ridiculous would seize the imaginations of many people online. Most importantly, when there is no clear answer. And now, it's time to bring you another tech mystery.
It was November 22nd. The year was 1987. The time was around 9 o'clock, when probably many people in Chicago were enjoying their meal while watching television. And exactly this happened when Dan Rohn was delivering sport news on WGN TV. At 9:14 p.m., some interference happened. The news came to a halt and the screen started flickering. A spooky figure took over the screen. 2 hours later, another successful hacking incident happened during a broadcast at WTTW. And the same spooky figure made it there as well. Unlike the first recording, the second one even had audio. But who was behind the incident? The obvious explanation is that a hacker could have interrupted the signal with precision training and timing. Then why hasn't the hacker been identified yet? Several investigations took place, but agencies or technology could never solve the mystery.
We know hackers are real, even though they are not traceable. But what about aliens? Do they exist? Oh, that's a question that has been debated for years, but no one has a clear answer. Extraterrestrial life has never been discovered. But does that mean it does not exist? Because some people can't seem to get over what I'm going to show you next.
6 E Q U J 5.
These are not just numbers, they represent the WOW signal, which refers to the strongest signal we have ever received from space. In 1977, it was detected by Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope. Experts and common people alike believed that finally they had evidence of alien life. The signal from space had astronomers stumped for 40 years, but eventually they could figure out the source of the WOW signal. According to researchers, it may have come from a sun-like star located 1800 light-years away in the Sagittarius constellation. While this discovery is a disappointment to alien enthusiasts everywhere, it is a testament to our ability to accurately interpret signals and sounds from the cosmos.
There is more. What is the most haunted setting you can imagine when it comes to a ghost story? A dilapidated bungalow, a jungle, or a graveyard? But how about a ship? Because the next on our list is what is referred to as a ghost ship by many.
It was sometime in the 1940s when a bizarre story about the ship Orang Medan started circulating. The Dutch ship sent desperate SOS calls to nearby ships. The message was,
"All officers, including the captain, are dead. They are lying on the bridge. And now, I die."
The American ship Silver Star came to the rescue. But there was utter silence. No call for help, no smoke brewing. Bodies lay on board, with their mouths stretched as if they had shouted their guts out, and eyes remained wide open in fear. Surprisingly, there were no injury marks, and eventually the Orang Medan burst into flames and sank into the sea floor. There was no time to investigate the real cause. Some said the vessel was attacked by pirates. Others claimed it was smuggling dangerous chemicals that suffocated the crew and caused the ship to explode. And a few conspiracy theorists even believed the incident had supernatural causes. What's even more strange, the ship was traveling through the Strait of Malacca, exactly where the Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 vanished in 2014. Mystery surrounds what happened on board the ship, how it came to explode, and what made it sink.
Technology can be a solution to a lot of problems. But can these new advancements in machine learning and AI help solve these unexplained tech mysteries? Well, that remains a mystery. Up next, we tell you about a new WhatsApp feature that could make your messaging experience better.
WhatsApp, a popular messaging application that most of us use daily. The company has announced a new feature that will allow users to use the same WhatsApp account on multiple phones. Earlier, users were limited to using a WhatsApp account on one phone. However, they could access it on other desktop devices using WhatsApp Web. But now, the same WhatsApp account can be used on 4 different phones. Linking phones as companion devices will make messaging easier. Users will be able to switch between phones without signing out. All your chats, media, and calls will be end-to-end encrypted on every phone. WhatsApp sees this as a valuable feature for small businesses, as it will allow multiple employees to send and receive messages from the same business number using different phones. This feature will be available on both WhatsApp for Android and iOS. WhatsApp has started to roll out the new feature. It will be available to all users in the coming weeks.
Earth is not the only playing field for countries around the world. They are now also gearing up to compete in the outer space. India, China, and the US are scaling up their space capabilities. China, in fact, is aiming to test the 3D printing technology on the moon. It is small.
Many people dream of going to the moon. Interestingly, this could be a reality for many in the years to come. Because many space agencies are working in that direction. They want to create and run a habitat on the moon. China is up to something interesting. It is planning to construct buildings on the moon. How? With the help of 3D printing technology. Sounds like a plot from a sci-fi movie, but it's no fiction. Beijing is solidifying its plans for long-term lunar habitation. China's lunar missions have been going on for quite a few years now. The country has been successful in bringing back its first soil samples. According to reports, it now has plans to conduct on-site investigations of the environment and mineral composition. Beijing would like to determine whether technologies such as 3D printing can be deployed on the lunar surface. Basically, China believes if humans wish to stay on the moon for a long time, they need to set up stations by using the moon's own materials. Therefore, China wants to start building a lunar base using soil from the moon in 5 years. According to an expert from the Chinese Academy of Engineering, a robot tasked with making lunar soil bricks will be launched during one of the missions around 2028. China, which made its first lunar landing in 2013, plans to land an astronaut on the moon by 2030. The race to set foot on the moon has intensified in recent years, particularly with the United States. Recently, NASA and Canada's space agency named 4 astronauts for the Artemis II mission. It is scheduled for late 2024. Well, it's one thing getting to the moon, but living there is a different thing altogether. It would be interesting to see how space agencies and astronauts manage to build a moon habitat.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. I will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION World is One. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Ankit Oteja, signing off.